following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Oh, look who we have.
It's a beautiful day. Got our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We gonna take him by storm?
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But holy, I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7.5 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day in the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement, create a new one, and use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 92. NASDAQ up 54, S&P's up 8.5, gold contract up $7.80, trading at $15.65 an ounce. Silver up 21 cents, $17.82 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 24 cents, $50.99 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year up 1 tick, trading 130.19. 30-year up 10 ticks, 161.14, and King Dollar. King Dollar up 194 ticks, trading 98.473. The euro is at 109. The yen is out here at 110, and the pound is at 129 to 1 U.S. dollar. Excuse me, folks. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Bottom line, what you have out here, folks, is that you have higher highs once again. We're going to take a look at the SPY. We'll take a look at the SPY out here first. The SPY. SPY got up to a price point today of 334.19. The high, last high out here was 332.95. We're at 333.90. So the bottom line, you are at a new high. NDX 100, same type of setup inside the NDX. NDX right here. NDX is actually pulled away from the actually swing high that we're dealing with, the 24th of January. That's 225.88. We're at 229.92. And what did catch up today, folks, was the Dow Industrials. Dow Industrials right out here. What we have inside the Dow Industrials is that the Dow was lagging a bit, caught up in a huge way yesterday. Bottom line, made a new high out here today. The last high that was generated out here on the 17th was 29,373. We are at 29,391 right now. We got up as high as the 29,408. Inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness inside the NDX. The leader out here is Cognizant Technologies. That's up 9%. Take-Two Interactive is up 5.6%. Alta Salon is up 5%. And Regeneron is up 5%. Taken away from it, you got Willis Towers down 4.8%. You got O'Reilly Automotive down 4.4%. And Fox is up 4.4%. Let's go to O'Reilly Automotive. It's very unusual. This stock has been just a big monster move higher. And bottom line is that it's coming off those highs. You know, we bring this back. In 2008, it was a $20 stock. Goes all the way up 4 months ago. Hits a high of $454. You're $50 off that number. We'll see how that shakes out. Bottom line, still low. Big strength in that equity. Dow Industrials. When we take a look at the movers inside the Dow Industrials, it's all about Boeing out here today. Boeing is up 79. Was putting 79 positive points into the Dow Industrials. Now, the ironic thing about this, which is pretty wild, okay, is that the news is Boeing has discovered a new software problem on the grounded 737 MAX, but the company said it won't flaw said the flaw won't set back the goal of returning the plane into service in mid-2020. That's about as whopped as you can get. But bottom line is that you caught a bid, putting 79 points inside the Dow. Apple's putting 21, Microsoft 20, Disney 6, taken away from it. United Health minus 26. Goldman minus 12, and Big Mac minus 7.5. Gold contract out here. We're going to need more volume inside the gold contract. Bottom line, it is holding price, but you got anemic volume out here as we're going to higher price. You got 216,000 contracts. I'd like to, to see about 320. You're coming into the downdraft that was created on Tuesday. That's when we went from 584 to 552. We take a look at this, and you see how this kind of is set up. When we going downtown there, we went downtown on 349,000 contracts. So it's good performance, holding price, but guess what? You're going to need more volume. Now, gold is still in a confirmed a complex ABC structure on the way up. The B point is this 595. You're going to need some good volume to take that out again. If that's what we get, you have a price projection of 1705. If we go take a look at the GDX, the actual equities, they're also going to need volume. There's 17 million out here, and that 17 million right now is going into 42. You can see you're going to need more buying inside of that market to sustain higher price. Notes, bonds, all of the above, guess what? They are the most consistent deal out there, meaning moving with price as well as volume. Every time they back down with tremendously lighter volume. Every time they surge forward, they go with strength, and I mean big strength. Right now, you have the 10-year yield. We are at 1.63. This has been quite a fluctuation in price in the last week. Where do you see this? This is pretty wild. I believe we had a low of 1.50, and I'll bring this up right now. Right now, we are at 1.63. 1.6387. We're at 1.6820 this morning. That was pretty amazing. Yeah, we were. And gave it up on price. Now, what you're going to see here, now this is really cool. This is, this is a yield chart that you're looking at. So if we go back 3 months ago, it was at 1.9. If we go back 4 days ago, you're at 1.5. We came right up to ICE. ICE would be basically 1.702. We hit 1.682, gave it up in spades. What we very well may have here is a monster ABC structure on the way down. And if that's what we have, you're going to see this, number one, going after its all-time low of 1.31, and more than likely just blowing that all-time low apart. King Dollar. What do you have with King Dollar? They're buying King Dollar out here. King Dollar is up 161 ticks. We're at 98,462. Now, in order for King Dollar, what King Dollar has done is this. King Dollar broke its uptrend the second week of December. That uptrend had been in place since February of 2018 till the second week of December. And now, in order for that to get back inside its higher range, and that's exactly what it's trying to do right now, it's got to get to 99,116. And that is approximately 700 ticks away from where we are right now. Stay right there, folks. Coming back with our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, and Dow. Dow right now up 75, Nasdaq up 51, S&P's up 7.5. We'll come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insight under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 73, Nasdaq up 51, S&P's up 7.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. And don't forget, folks, Basil does an outstanding show here every trading day, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, in order to get the opening call, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go right under featured content. What you're going to see right there is our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, is going to be doing a live event 1 week from today for his subscribers. It's very easy to be a subscriber to the opening call. The way you do it, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the opening call right there. You just hit the opening call. You're going to hit subscribe. You can get it for 1 month for $128. 6 months for $595, which is a savings of $173. 1 year for $995, which is a savings of $541. So you come over, you subscribe. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You like it, you keep it. Either way, you're going to get into the workshop. You don't like it, bottom line, you get your money back. You get a great workshop. Basil always does a great job on his workshops, as he does on the show every trading day. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Yourself?
Very good. So far, so good.
That's a beautiful thing. Kicking into February, right?
That's so quick. The months just fly by.
I'm telling you, man. Crazy. Crazy. So where are we gonna start here? Let's look at the market a little, and then what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about what you're going to be teaching next Thursday, Basil.
Absolutely. So on the 17th of January, we made an all-time high, 29,373. Market came tumbling down to the 28,169 level. We actually were short from the following day. That's the 21st of January. And what's really interesting is that the speed with which we came down, and now within 4 sessions, this is very unusual to go into a signal sell mode.
Okay.
And then it takes you just 4 sessions. Actually, it was even less in other cases to go to the upside, but not to an all-time high. So we've gone to an all-time high in the Dow. So the way I look at it, I don't have any choice now because that was a G on the left side.
Okay.
You can't, there are no H's in the Chapman wave methodology. You get to a G, you have to recycle. You've actually started a brand new buy signal.
And that's on the daily.
If you go to a higher high.
Yeah.
So now we're in a leg A. So that says to me, there should be higher highs to come over the next week and a half. So this fits the perfectly for the webinar because Thursday week, the earliest we can get to a leg D would be Thursday. So if every day there's an alternate count going to a new high and then a peak and another new high, that takes you to Thursday. So that's very important. But at the same time, the S&P, and also we were missing in the weekly chart, I always look for at least 4 highs to complete a buy mode. It doesn't mean to say that's where you have to turn down. It just means that's the obligation of the Chapman Wave methodology to get you to at least the 4th highest peak, alphabetized. It's A, B, C. D is the one we went to. Finally, we've gotten to, today we went to leg D in the Dow, and it's actually leg E in the S&P, and the S&P also made a new high.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And look at the speed. That's really the issue. So in the, I'll just combine the two things that we're talking about here. So in my webinar, I talk about speed. I'll be talking about if you have, I've called it dark cloud cover. I don't want it to get mixed up with the candlestick called the dark cloud cover. This is dark news cloud cover. And what it really means is that to sustain a move, I spoke to you about this the other day. I said the majority of time, if you go back to just forever in the Dow, 1920, 1900, doesn't matter. The majority of the time, the market is moving higher. If there is a sell-off, it can last months, it can last maybe 2 years, maybe even 3 years, but the majority of the time, we're looking at new highs. So what we want to do is to find out what could persevere, what could give you a sell signal that really limits the upside, and finally you're starting to see lower lows and lower highs in the daily, and that actually starts to unfold in such a way that it impacts the weekly chart. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. When and what will we be looking for in my newsletter, the opening call, for some much deeper correction. What are the signs that I'm looking for? And what so far has worked very nicely, I can just, well, let me just finish with what we were talking about. So the QQQ also made a new high. This is a little bit more extended in the Chapman Wave. It's actually in leg C, leg E in the weekly chart. IWM has just been a laggard for so long.
Isn't that
and
crazy?
Even now it's a laggard.
I know.
Well, it's very interesting because if you think of fund managers in this kind of market, 11 years of a bull market, they now are just saying, I'm sticking with what works. Yeah. I think that if you look at the Russell 2000, it says right there, it's got very little interest. It's being pushed up or hauled up because it's not doing it on its own. At some point, probably it'll start to work by itself, but it isn't right now. So I'll be talking about all these different aspects in the webinar. The ad for the webinar we talk about, I use the SMHs as like a canary in the coal mine because they've led the market up and down for years now. So they were starting to fail, and I said this is a very good indication that there should be at least a sharp decline in the Dow. So we were short the Dow and short the SMHs, and we covered those, made a profit, nothing like it was at the bottom, but we did make money. And now I'm watching these very closely because that dark cloud cover, let me just go back to this here. You can see how quick it is. The pink line right here on the right, that's where the 9-period crosses negatively below the 14-period moving average. It didn't do that since October the 8th. The green line, even with that brief sell-off going to the December 3rd low, it held. It didn't turn pink. Green is the way is above, pink is below, and it did it for 3 days. Now it's gone back to green. So I'm going to discuss some of these techniques. I'm going to discuss what I'd be looking for in the various sectors. If there is a sell signal of significance, what would it impact? How you can use the volatility index. So as usual, it's very comprehensive. But my real focus is on how the news impacts the market and how sustained it needs to be to continue pushing the market down. Because basically we're looking at the market like a cork in water. It keeps wanting to bounce to the upside. So what is going to keep the market down? And I think that that's going to be the real challenge. And from what I'm looking at here, we should have a very choppy, it doesn't have to go much higher, but a very choppy period coming up for about a week and a half. And then I think we'll probably get another sell signal. That's going to be the key one because finally we've got that D in the weekly chart, we've got an E in the monthly chart, in the weekly chart of the S&P. that's the point where I expect that it might be time, it might be price, but a lot also is impact. You know, last week we had impeachment, we had the coronavirus, we had yields, we had China, tariffs, we had everything, and yet look how quickly the market came back. So there's a great resiliency.
It's amazing.
And you said, what did you say? Vitamin C, right? That's what it's looking for.
Shake it off, man. Listen, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. You can see the featured content, opening call. You hit subscribe. You can get it for a month, 6 months, a year, all with 30-day money-back guarantee. Great newsletter. Great workshop a week from today, 4 to 5:30. And Basil has other workshops on there, folks. So as soon as you subscribe, you go through that archive, you're going to ride that wave. Basil, you have a great one, safe one. Of course, we look forward to the program tomorrow.
You too, Tom. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN has developed a daily programming lineup for traders by traders. We start every trading day live at 8:30 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien hosting the morning market kickoff as he starts the day off by breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on for the trading day ahead. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento takes your calls and questions live on the air for the opening bell as he hosts Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the Bull Bear Trading Hour. At 11 a.m., it's Kevin Hinks and Alex Coffey from TD Ameritrade Network with Fast Market. Basil Chapman at noon with the Tiger Technicians Hour. Steve Rhodes hosts the Trader's Edge at 1 p.m. Dave White with the Power Trading Hour at 2 p.m. And Tom O'Brien closes out the day for the final hour of trading live from 3 till 4. Don't miss a second of our daily programming lineup. Tune in to Tiger TV every trading day live at TFNN.com. Educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 60, Nasdaq up 45, S&P's up 5.5. And, as Basil was just going over, looking at his webinar and what he's going to be talking about, this is pretty cool, folks, because the market, no doubt, has shaken everything off. That being said, okay, what I'm going to go through with you right now, this is strictly a fundamental deal, but this is going to get pretty intense, meaning this coronavirus and where the implications are in the aspect of the world. So global commodity trade plunged deeper into chaos, okay, as Chinese companies started walking away from purchase contracts because of the spread of the deadly virus. Now, as we go through this, I'll bring up the aspect of, and I have a chart here of the amount of commodities that raw commodities this is, that China uses versus the rest of the world. So inside of all these contracts, if bottom line, well, let's go through it. A Chinese buyer of liquefied natural gas and copper declared today, which is known as force majeure. Force majeure is meaning that they can renege on the deals as something that is catastrophic taking place. And bottom line is that they're saying, hey, listen, the coronavirus is catastrophic. Now, these were the first two cancellations in the commodities talk thus far. Right now, China is the largest consumer of raw materials. And when you take a look at this, if you happen to be watching Tiger TV, you're going to see this, and it's pretty amazing. Okay, so we have in front of us, you get iron ore, coal, soybean, liquid natural gas, and crude oil. You can see the iron ore is the most. I mean, when you take a look at the rest of the world, they use more than the whole rest of the world. I mean, in a big way. Coal looks like it's about 50-50. China uses 50%, the rest of the world uses 50%. Soybean oil, they use about 25% of the supply of the world. LNG, they use about maybe 10%, and crude, probably around 7 or 8%. What did happen is that there's going to be a little battle out here because the China National Oil Company, which is the nation's biggest buyer of LNG, bottom line, they also canceled a contract saying, listen, they're not taking the cargoes. They use the same force majority in order to cancel that. Bottom line is that what's going to happen there is that the French oil and gas giant, Total SA, they rejected it. They're going to lose that rejection, folks. They'll fight this out depending on where that contract was signed. More than likely, it might have even been signed in, who knows, Delaware, offshore. But the bottom line is that I suspect they'll lose that because the bottom line is that it's when you have a country that has shut down 60 million people, okay, in one province, okay, you don't have much to hang on. That, guess what? That is, quote, act of God, inside contracts. So the bottom line is that we will see, this just happened today. What you are going to see, you're going to see this accelerate right across the board. Because guess what? When no one's moving, okay, cash flow is stopping, okay, the bottom line is that it is what it is. Just picture that if you just divide the United States up, just say there's 11 million people can't move, well, guess what? It's going to be we're going to be eating a lot of water, a lot of spaghetti, and outside of that, we're certainly not going to be going to the mills and doing manufacturing. Just it's not going to happen. Some of the higher volume equities out here today, and we'll see whether they get any volume inside this market as we hit all-time highs. Twitter's the big mover out here today. It's up $4.95. They come out with numbers. Numbers weren't that great, but the bottom line is that the market likes it. They're monetizing part of they're monetizing their platform thus far, and I think that's what the market likes, is that they were talking about only 1/2 of the amount of users actually have been monetized thus far. That's going to change. Bottom line, they'll figure out how to monetize the rest of them. Tesla's up $4.78 right now. That's been all over the place today. You had Gilead Science, that's up $2.15. Micron Tech's up $1.80. Here's one, Casper, C-A-S-P-E-R. This is pretty wild. Casper went public out here today. You talk about another private equity basically getting hit. It went public out here today at $12. It did trade up to $15.85. You are at $13.95 right now. That's not so much the hit. This has a market cap today of $552 million. Well, the last fundraise that they had, folks, they had a market cap of $1 billion. So this is they were smart enough to get this out. They got it out at the lower end of what they thought they were going to get. Really smart to get it out, period. They didn't mess around with it. Whoever bought it is happy out here today. It went to $15.85. It's still trading $1.97 over the aspect of what the IPO was. That being said, guess what? The bottom line is that whoever funded the last private round, that they are not going to be that happy. That's what that really comes down to. And we'll see what does happen in funding rounds is that many times as those investors fund it, there's a kicker in there if, in fact, when they go IPO or the next funding round is less, they have a makeup that comes inside of that. I don't see any news at this particular point that there is any type of makeup out there, but there certainly can be. Oil, we go take a look at the oil market. What oil hasn't been able to do is hold price. And you can see when we just went through the China deal, bottom line is that when you got out here today, is that oil tried to get to a higher high. It did get, well, than yesterday, $52.20, and then just gave it up like in spades. What oil's doing, folks, is that, let me put the continuous contract up, because it looks to me like before we get this thing over with, oil is going to charge in this $45 area. If you break the 45, 42 is going to be game. It's been hammering on the bottom of this consolidation. Now, the bottom of this consolidation is 42.36. Anything under $50, which we've been under basically this week, is saying, you know, 42 is game. There's a huge amount of support at 42. So I don't expect at this particular point that you're going to break down, you know, not the all-time low, but the low in the last 10 years is like 26 bucks. We hit $26 in February of 2016, and then the oil took off like a rocket ship. We went from $26, you know, let's see, what month? January of 2016, and by October of 2018, so just about 2 years, oil went from this $26 area all the way up to 76. Monster move. That is one monster move. No two ways about that. So bottom line is that, you know, we'll see how it handles 42, but that's the way it's trading right now, as is the big oil integrated equities. You had ExxonMobil, couldn't hold price today, down 80 cents. Chevron, I couldn't hold it either. That's down 59. Chevron's not that bad, only down 59. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow up 88. Nasdaq up 54. S&P's up 8.5. We'll come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you'd like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Well, welcome back, folks. Dow's up 93, Nasdaq's up 55, S&Ps are up 8.5, and this is there's a lot of sad stories out there, no doubt, coming in from China, folks. This one in particular is definitely sad. The reason being is that you had a doctor. So this doctor that the headline is saying that he's the whistleblower. The bottom line is that in the first week of December, folks, this doctor had come out and told his colleagues told his colleagues, number one, and then was on Instagram and WhatsApp, I believe, saying that, listen, folks, we may have a real problem here with a new virus, the coronavirus. What had happened then is that, unfortunately, the police, bottom line, went right after him, trying to shut him down. This was the first week of December. Now, they eventually apologized to him, and this is where, after this fact, after this is over, this is going to come out where the yin and the yang is okay, how much information did China know? When did they know it? How much did they let out or not let out? Well, in this particular case, this man died this morning, 2:58 this morning. That was it, and he died from the virus. This morning, Tommy and I were talking about it because what they had this morning is that they had actually the timeline when he came out with it, which was the first week of December. So now we're at the first week of February. But sad. Back to the market, back to news. Okay, so check this out. Now this is not the end of the world, meaning that it doesn't mean that markets will fall apart. But what you do have is that when you take a look at equity bulls, the bottom line is that when you take a look at insiders. Insiders, of course, are the folks that are running the companies. Right now, we are running at a, let's see, what is the ratio is the biggest ratio since, nothing heavy, since 2017, 3 years. So let's see. So as the S&P has just continued forward, according to the Washington service, they're really good at this number. So for every one buy of a company, there's 5 insider sales. It's a 5-to-1 ratio. That's a heads up, folks. That's the real bottom line. And here, I'll put this chart up here. This is a pretty cool chart. There we go. So this is showing that what you got here, the white line are insider sells versus buys. And then, of course, you get the blue line with the S&P. You can see, how this thing goes. And listen, insiders, it's not that they, I would say it's not that they're selling on insider information. What I would say is that you're running a company. You know what the numbers are of the company. You know what your prospects are going forward, let's say even 3 or 6 months. And what you really know, too, is where is all your competition, okay? So, and then what I would say a company executive would do is they're going to say, okay, what is my stock trading at versus someone else stock trading at, meaning what is the market saying? What is their PE? Bottom line, 5-to-1 inside sales. That's a big number. Push it out, push it out, push it out. And of course, what does end up happening, unfortunately, when we have runs like this, this is when folks come into a market that sometimes have never even been in a market and have a hard time comprehending that markets can actually go down. And I can understand that, okay? Because guess what? Yeah, all we have to do is put up the S&P, and you got to remember that, you know, you have new generations, you know, every, let's say 12 years, 12 to 13 years. I just put this on a monthly, okay? And if you go back, you know, to 2008, the S&P, the SPX, has gone from the infamous 666.79 up to 3347. It's been a one-way ride, folks. So you can imagine, let's picture that you're, you know, let's picture you were 20 years old in 2009, even 30, right? And you've watched this. Bottom line, you say, hey, I don't, you know, this is all the market does. And, you know, I can understand, you know, why they say, okay, I got to buy up here. You know, we know that that's not what all markets do, but you know what? Maybe this year is different. Maybe this market's different. Just kidding, folks. that is the, you know, the 2 or 3 words that you want to run away from so quick you can't see straight. What is intriguing is that what we did do, there's no doubt, after, you know, this consolidation, we had a consolidation from 2000 going all the way over to 2007. You went downtown the huge way, and then once we broke that consolidation, which was in June of 2013, it's been a one-way route. And, you know, when you do look at this, this is not a parabolic move. It's a fast move, and but you still have an angle on the acceleration going higher. Well, actually, this is a quarterly. Let me put it on a monthly. Yeah, you still have that angle. You still have, you know, it's a harder angle than you'd really like. You know, what happens, folks, is that a 45-degree angle really can sustain itself quite a while. This is about a 55% angle, but it's certainly not a parabolic move. All I got to do is go over to Tesla and show you Tesla, and that is when, do it this way, we'll put this on a weekly, and you're going to see a parabolic move. That's, you know, you can see the zero angle on this move since $440 going all the way up to $968. You know, and Tesla out here today, and this is going to be trading like this for quite some time when you're talking about from highs to lows. Highs to lows out here today, 795 to 687. So we're talking about a 108-point move. From high to low, that's pretty amazing, no doubt about it. Let me just see if we got, I don't think this number is going to change yet. No, the number hasn't changed yet. They still got 17.55. What we are going to be getting, well, in Tesla, if you hadn't heard, Saudi Arabia sold all their shares, excuse me, folks, in the last quarter, in the December quarter. You're going to see they sold 8.2 million shares. You pull this up and you're going to see it's the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, and I'm sure they did very well. And I'm sure that, you know, they might have been totally flipped out when it went to $900. No doubt anyone that sold 8 million shares would be. But guess what? The bottom line is that when you do look at Tesla, it looks like they got, you know, even if I bring it back from the beginning of the quarter of December, let's see, no, October, November, December. That's what we'd be talking. The high end of that would be 435, and the low end of that would be approximately 342. And that was up substantially even from the prior year, 224. So more than likely, what we see, I suspect what they actually did out there is probably double their money anyway. What's really going to be intriguing on the next quarterly report as to who or what funds at all got $800 or $900 a share. You can imagine, that's like heaven. Dow Industrials up 76, NASDAQ up 50, S&P's up 6.5. We'll come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Basil Chapman will be hosting a 90-minute live webinar for subscribers to his daily trading service, The Opening Call, Thursday, February 13th from 4 till 5:30 p.m. Basil will host his live webinar titled The Dark Cloud Cover, an Essential Market Analysis. In this 90-minute webinar, Basil will discuss the techniques he uses when identifying market downturns using his Chapman Wave, including how he uses specific ETFs like the SMH Semiconductor ETF as a canary in the coal mine leading indicator when looking for market downturns. By identifying particular weaknesses in the market technicals, Basil is able to identify the severity of the market reaction, and this is just one of many topics he'll be covering. To sign up now for the opening call, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on this special 90-minute live webinar with Basil Chapman, Thursday, February 13th. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials up 84, Nasdaq up 57, S&P's up 8.5. We get over and we take a look at the volume in these equities out here. Right now, you get a pretty extensive contraction of volume. You can see it right in the SPY. We're doing 40 million shares. Yesterday, bottom line did 65 million. They'll throw another 5 or 6 million at the close, but that is a contraction of volume, yet you're at higher highs. NDX 100, same setup. In fact, in the NDX is pretty extensive also. 18 million versus 38 million yesterday. So that is no doubt a big number. The laggard small caps, Russell 2000, this thing is just a mess. Russell 2000 actually went into the red. What happened with the Russell 2000 was we got to a price point of 168.15 and you just gave it up in spades. You're at 166. Big deal out here, of course, tomorrow morning, folks, is going to be the jobs numbers. Where are the jobs numbers going to be? What we did get out here this morning, you got the unemployment numbers, and they were very low, folks. It was like 202,000 that went for unemployment. That's a low unemployment number. So we'll see if that jobs number kicks in once again. But the bottom line is that market's going to be waiting for it as to what's out there. The note and bond market, this market here is just saying that guess what? I don't care if you're going higher, you're going lower. This bond market wants higher price, lower yield, and it's got it in spades, too. It's pretty amazing. You know, we just did a 0.382 retracement from the whole leg up, and the leg up that I'm talking about, that leg up had started January 1st. It went all the way up until 3 days ago. You had a 2-day pullback. It rejected lower price out here today, had lighter volume. It's real possible to get a monster ABC structure on the way up. And if that's what you got, you're talking about, let's see, we're talking about 8 points, which would bring the 30-year up until 168. The last high out here was 164. It is a monster number. When you take a look at the 10-year bottom line, my take on the 10-year, folks, is that we are going after all-time swing, lows in yield, which is 131. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Come join us right here. Tommy kicks us off 8:30 tomorrow morning. Bam! Go get 'em, folks.